Good morning, everyone. It's now 10 o'clock. We are going to start our webinar. Welcome to this webinar to Jordan. My name is Geneviève Anne. I am the Sales and Marketing Director of the French and the Belgian market, and I will be your host today for this webinar to Jordan. I'm also glad to introduce you to Shirin Madanat, who is our Sales Manager in Jordan, and to Mouanad Mabrouk, who is our Tourism Director in Jordan. They will tell you about the destination at the moment in a moment. But just before to start, just a quick reminder, you are muted on this webinar, but if you have any question, you have a little box called Q&A at the bottom of your screen, and you can please use it. We will answer your question at the end of this webinar. And by the way, the webinar is recorded, which means that if you have any question, you can retrieve it on the recording, and you will anyway receive an answer personal on your email if we don't have time to answer all your questions. Just before to start, Shirin, if you can move to the next slide. Just before to start, I would like to tell you a little bit about A&K. As far as our general background is concerned, we have been operating in the world for almost 60 years now, so we are a very experienced company. We have been dealing with private travel for a lot of years, and it also means that we've been going through quite a number of crises in these years, and we are quite used to handle them if need be. I mean by this that if your client find themselves at the other far away from home and they need assistance, you know that you can count on our offices to help them. We also have a large network of offices with 55 offices in about 30 countries. So here again, we are very close to the ground and we know each and every corner of our countries. We are always on top of things and we can inform your client on spot and you also before departure. It also means obviously that we can create very nice itineraries if needed very much out of the beaten track. You can find this knowledge in all our countries. I'd like also to insist on our health and safety procedure. They are very important to us. They've been existing forever. I mean by this that we have not been waiting for the COVID to arise to create them. All our offices knows them and applies them. They will maybe be adapted, improved and changed a little bit due to the current situation, but they are here and we check them with the supplier that we use. I mean by this that each supplier is checked to make sure that they follow the same health and procedure that we need. Very important too is our long relationship with our supplier and partner on the market. We are in touch obviously with hotels, with restaurants, with any kind of transportation company, but also people like the embassies or the consulate or also any tourism authority, and they help us in case we have an issue. This is very important, I believe, for you to be in total peace of mind. If you have a special requirement, if you have a touchy question, or if you're looking for something very special, then definitely our suppliers will not let us down and they will follow us because we have a strong relationship and an old relationship. And finally, I had to conclude this slide with the fact that we are the specialist of FIT, tailor-made travel, private travel, and this has been the case for years. It means that this, let's say, very popular physical distance station that everybody is hearing about is something quite familiar to us. We work private, we offer private transfer, private guides. We always pay attention to intimacy and to comfort of our guests. For example, we will leave some seats empty in vehicles to make sure people are comfortable, or we will book ourselves some a table in some restaurant that we have selected before, just to make sure that people are in with all comfort and intimacy as much as they want. So I think it's also something interesting for you to know and important in the trouble time we are going through. The next slide is just a view of our offices in the world, of the extent of our network. This is showing us and you how many type of itineraries we can create, including combination between countries. And I also like to add to this that it's not only in luxury and that we are working, we can also cater for more simple, less sophisticated, but quality travel for budget which are a little bit more limited, and that maybe cater for some of our clients in Europe. Regularly, our portfolio of suppliers is growing with a smaller boutique hotel, maybe more affordable, and that match quite well, I believe, the taste of our European clients. And finally, the last slide, and then I'll take over, and then Shirin will take over, about Sanctuary Retreats. Sanctuary, of course, is a brand that I'm sure you know. I'd just like to say by this slide that no matter our camps, lodges in Africa, or our river cruises in Egypt on the Nile, or in Myanmar and in China, they all follow the same procedure of comfort, intimacy, health, safety than our operation as A&K. And these are properties that you can use in all confidence. So this is it. I will be back at the end of the webinar to answer any question with my colleague of Jordan. And over to you now, Shirin. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Jordan. Now we'll speak about Jordan and each site in Jordan. Jordan is a very welcoming country. Its people are warm and friendly. First-time visitor will be surprised. And whatever Jordan is very welcoming and going to be your first time or second time or even seventh visit, Jordan will always surprise you. There is always something new in every time and every corner. In every place you visit Jordan, you will pause as it makes you feel at home. Every step you take in Jordan will get you close. You will admire each site to show stories, secrets that made Jordan what it is today. It is your time to write a beautiful story of yourself. Book your flight to Jordan and pen down your new journey. There is so much more to Jordan than you will find in a postcard. A&K will do an excellent job planning a trip to show you the real Jordan, for which you will always be grateful. Now we will move to Jordan map. With a varied land, Jordan, it is the perfect destination to visit and to get a taste of everything, starting from history and ending with adventure. Jordan also offers a huge contrast between the old and the new. And lucky, we have a dry climate that makes visiting Jordan easy all year round. Best time to visit Jordan is during spring, which will be March, April, and May, and fall, September to November. Jordan can be visited as a standalone destination or with combination with Israel or Egypt. And we have 6 daily flights to Egypt, and it takes only 1 hour. We have also 3 land borders between Jordan and Israel. One up with Israel, up in the north of Jordan, which called near Tabariya, and which called Sheikh Hussein border. And there is one in the south of Jordan, which called the Araba border, and it's closer to Eilat. And one in the middle near to the Dead Sea, which is Alembe Bridge and close to Jerusalem. We will start with Amman. Landing in Amman is the best way to start your journey or your trip through Jordan. Amman is the capital and the largest city. Is home to 4 million people. You can spend time exploring the Citadel, Jordan Museum, and the Roman Theater. If you go through here the pictures, it shows the downtown of Amman and the Roman Theater. Now we will go to the north of Jordan. We will drive to like 1 hour away from Amman to Jerash. When you reach Jerash, you will see the Bombay of the Middle East. And this city is the only well-preserved Roman city in the world. We will continue with in Jerash. What you can see, whatever you are walking in Jerash, you are walking in the step of great Greeks and Romans. Now we will move to the desert castles in Jordan. The castles, it's in Jordan, these castles in the eastern desert is another experience, as they are not on the map for any visitors. The most popular castle is called Amra Palace, which is a UNESCO heritage site. Another fantastic site for me is the Dead Sea. Imagine yourself staying in the lowest spot on Earth. It's 430 meters below the level sea. The air in the Dead Sea is 4% richer in oxygen than any other place on the Earth. No matter how hard you try to dive in, you always keep floating. There's another experience at the Dead Sea. You will enjoy it. It's the mud experience. It's a must when you are in the Dead Sea. Now, there is another site you have to visit when you are in Jordan, which is Jordan. Which is Bethany. But Jordan is not only relaxation and history. You can also have a stop in holy places to pay respect. Bethany beyond the Jordan is the place where Jesus was believed to be placed, and it is a UNESCO heritage site. Another site, it's not historical, biblical sites, Mount Nebo. Mount Nebo is the holiest places in Jordan, and according to the Bible, it is the mountain where Moses stood and viewed the Holy Land. It is a key site for many visitors who are interested in the religious history. Mount Nebo also boasts fantastic panoramic view of Jordan and Jericho. Before Petra, there is another slide I want to show you, which is next to Mount Nebo, around 15 minutes drive, the city of Mosaic. And it's called Madaba, which also a biblical city known as a city of Mosaic. A visitor to Madaba get a chance to see the Mosaic map. It shows here in the picture, which covers the floor of the Greek Orthodox Church of St. George, and it's showing the major biblical sites from Egypt till Palestine. This map considers the oldest map in the world, and it's made from 2 million pieces of mosaic. Now we will go to Petra. Of course, Petra is the #1 attraction in Jordan of the country, and it is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Petra is also a true UNESCO heritage site, and people from around the world visit Petra and feel like Indiana Jones. Another experience in Petra. Petra can be visited during the daylight or by night, where the Sikh is lit with candles all the way to the treasury. Petra is beyond your dream and your imagination. Another UNESCO heritage site in Jordan, Wadi Rum. As Lawrence of Arabia once said, Wadi Rum is a godlike desert. It is just a magical, outstanding place. No wonder it's known as a Valley of the Moon. A visitor in Wadi Rum can explore Wadi Rum either on a camel ride, horseback, or by adventure 4x4 truck ride. You also capture the eagle eye view of Wadi Rum by doing the sunrise ride and a hot air balloon as well. It can be done in Wadi Rum. It's an early morning experience. For those who would like to experience the desert at night, sleeping under the Bedouin or tents or Martian tents, The Martian says it's like sleeping in Martian or Mars, and it's available also in Wadi Rum. We will go to the only window to the Red Sea, which is Aqaba. If you want to find Nemo, then this is your place to snorkel, to do snorkeling or scuba diving in Aqaba on the Red Sea as well. It is called the Red Sea because of the Morjane. It's red. Recently, Jordan created a fake reef in Aqaba. Retired military vehicles, if you see here in the picture, and underwater museum. Visit to this museum can be arranged by A&K on private basis for those who have passion for snorkeling, along with the piece of history. Please thank you very much, and let me introduce my colleague Muhannad Mabrouk for our Jordan experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shireen. Thank you, Genevieve, as well. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So now you have seen only the facade of what Jordan can offer. Traveling with A&K will add an extra touch with an insider access events like a great dinner, as you see here under the stars in the Nabatean village of Little Petra. Or if you stay in Amman, we can arrange for a private visit to the Automobile Museum, which is owned by the Royal Court of Jordan. And maybe we can add a dinner, a private dinner, a surprise dinner during this visit in the middle of the tour. Also, our book or our Bible book, there is many things we can offer, from having a champagne glass under the during the sunset in the middle of the desert, or we can cater for you a ride on the only steam train used by Lawrence of Arabia. This is if you stay in Amman as well, or 1 hour drive to Jerash. As Shireen said, we can arrange for you a private visit as well as an experience dinner in Jerash. One of the most important visits that we can arrange for you is an insider access for an exclusive visit to the royal stables, where can enjoy a lavish champagne breakfast with a show of rare Arabian horses. The most also here, as you can see, our experiences are, there is a lot to do and a lot to offer, but what you see here can be arranged for starting from 2 persons, where you can planning for a romantic once in a lifetime dinner to impress your spouse, or if you are planning to gather the family, or a unique experience to remember. Back to the new norm in Jordan as around the globe, we have the good news that we are expecting the tourism sector to be operational by the end of July, beginning of August. This is according to the Jordanian Ministry of Tourism. Restaurants are already open, and we are expecting all to be functional by mid of July. Jordan is like an open museum. Remember this. All sites are wide and spacious, so you can easily physically distance yourself while exploring the sites. And these sites are following the local and the international safety protocols aligned with the regulation of the WHO. To conclude our presentation about lovely Jordan, we always close it with this beautiful picture, and we tell you, remember, just to remember Jordan, we have 2 seas, one is red and one is dead, and you will never find a smile like this anywhere else. Thank you very much, and we are now back to our colleague Genevieve.
Thank you very much, Muhannad. Thank you, Shireen. I hope this presentation was of interest for all of you. Well, now if you have any question, please feel free to go to this little box Q&A at the bottom of your screen. One of our agents, Eloise, bonjour Eloise, is asking if there is a way to visit Petra before hours. Mouanad, maybe you can tell us about that?
Yes, we can arrange for almost 30 minutes before everybody starts the visit. This means you will be at the Treasury when the site is open. And this can be arranged, of course, through a permission that we need to arrange for it and pay it ahead of time.
Oh, we have other question here. Can you show vehicle use for private tours? I'm not sure we have them right now online, but definitely you will receive pictures of our vehicle. You know, there are two types of vehicle, and Mouanad, you can explain maybe the differences between the vehicle we use in Jordan, on the roads, I mean, and the one used in the desert, in the Wadi Rum.
In Wadi Rum, there is many choices to use. The first vehicles is owned by the local Bedouins, but for ANK, we already supported two of the families that they understand the needs of ANK clients and visitors. So that's why they always try to bring us a safe and new cars.
Okay, thank you, Mouanad. Another question. We have many questions, so I'm afraid we won't have time to answer all of them. Let's try one or two more. And as I said at the beginning of the webinar, any question will be answered individually by emails if need be, no worry. But I have Natalia who is asking about the situation currently, if we can now visit the country, if the borders are open, or when they will be open, if we know, for the international tourists.
As I said during the presentation, we are expecting the borders and the airports to be open not before end of July, but this can be changed according to the international protocols, because IATA and all aviations are working until now to give the protocols to be implemented. Safety of the guests is the most important thing. Thank you.
Okay. And the last question I think we can ask comes from Eddie. Would you recommend self-drive tours in Jordan?
We do recommend self-drive tours in Jordan, but you will need our passion and our strength is to have a guide with you. If you want to drive, you will miss the personal touch, because anywhere in the world now you can take like a GPS and take a tour, but you will still miss the touch of food, the small talk with the locals. Again, it's up to the clients, but definitely we can arrange for that as well. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mouanad. Thank you very much, Shireen. Thank you to all of you for taking the time to listen to our presentation. Our next presentation will be about Australia next week. No, this week, sorry, a bit later in the week. Happy to see you again online and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.